How's it going, everyone? We're going to take a look at the Nendoroid Kingdom Hearts 3 version of Roxas this time. This is a brand new release. I just got this in hand yesterday, I think it was, so Friday, end of August, basically, end of October, sorry. So this is another limited edition Nendoroid from Kingdom Hearts. I think pretty much everything after Riku and Sora Kingdom Hearts 1 version, everything since then has been a sort of limited edition, which you can buy from Good Smile Company directly if you're in the US and I think some parts of Asia. Otherwise, if you're in the US, again, you can buy it from a couple of different retailers. If you're in UK or Europe, like I am, you pretty much have to jump through hoops and use a third party to get it. I got this one from Nin Games. I'll leave some links in the description below of other places that may still have this in stock. Keep checking just in case stock comes and goes, because that is going to be the case with some of these Nendoroids. So here's the packaging for Roxas. This is pretty similar to the other Kingdom Hearts 3 versions that have come out so far, which is Sora and Riku. So this has the monogram kind of black packaging around it with the Kingdom Hearts 3 logo there, Good Smile Company logo, 1572 of the Nendoroid series line, and a nice portrait of Roxas here. You can see he comes with Oathkeeper and Oblivion Keyblades, and then you got the plastic figure, the figure in plastic wrapping there as well. So he's looking pretty good. He's in his Organization 13 robe. It's not the regular edition of Roxas in his kind of normal daily wear, so it's a bit different. Organization 13 robes kind of look cool at times, so we'll see how it is with the Nendoroid, but maybe they'll do one with his everyday outfit. But otherwise, on the side, you've got more portraits of Roxas itself. It also comes with a hooded part as well, and then on the back side, more pictures of Roxas. Here's dual wielding with both Keyblades, which is cool, and downside some more. On the top, another portrait, down below, same thing again. So here's the Roxas Nendoroid and all its option parts laid out. So we'll go through the option parts and then we'll go into the actual figure. So like all Nendoroids, this does come with a base stand like so, with the holes in them, so you can put the stand in one of these multiple holes. I tend to use the actual corner for this. And then you've got the screws here, tighten them or loosen them however you really need to. This peg plugs into the back of the actual Nendoroid figure. So otherwise this stand works just like the every other Nendoroid stand out there. Moving on to the hands, Roxas comes with two fists already attached to the figure, and then you get another pair of hands, open palm hands, like so. All of his hands are going to be black gloved hands, like so, because it's the Organization 13 outfit, right? These are basic Nendoroid hands, but still they're quite tiny, so try not to lose them. Then you get another pair of hands that will allow him to grip the Keyblade, so you can have him dual wield both Keyblades if you want to. Again, they're black gloved hands, like so. And then he comes with a shoulder piece for his right arm. So it says R2 on it somewhere. I can't remember where it was now. I always lose it. But this has got R2 on it. And this is actually for the right arm that allows his right arm to extend out just a little bit more. You could use it on the left arm if you really wanted to. I'm not sure why they didn't just give two of these, but you've only got a single one. He comes with another set of legs. When I say set of legs, I mean it's one piece. It's not two individual legs. And this is just in a wider split position, like so. And then you've got to just take off the peg from the ankle or feet bit on each one, and then swap in the actual feet from the figure. We'll show you that later on. To be honest, the articulation on this figure isn't great, but we'll get into that later. So they've given you that to just give him a little bit of kind of dynamic look, I suppose. Then we'll come on to his Keyblade. So he comes with two Keyblades, the Oathkeeper and the Oblivion. So this is Oblivion here and Oathkeeper. Let's go with the Oblivion Keyblade first. Now these Keyblades I have mentioned a couple of times in the previous Nendoroid Kingdom Hearts figures, for example with Sora in particular, and it's Roxas that comes with them. No surprise, because these are his Keyblades, well, canon wise. It's story wise, he tends to use them more, right? So it makes sense that they supply these Keyblades with Roxas rather than Sora. However, I think they could have done better with these Keyblades. Now, the actual sculpt of them is not bad. So Oblivion looks pretty good. The detail on the end bit of the Keyblade is nice, going up to the actual blade bit. It's pretty good. You got the purple diamond there, and the handle all looks really, really good. The charm as well looks nice. I really like the sculpt on the crown here. Looks very good. It's just a bit plain. I don't know. I mean, I know the other Keyblades were plain as well, but you can't even move the charm on these ones. They're just fixed. So good luck. If this snaps off, you're just going to have to super glue it back. So that's a bit weird. I don't know why they don't allow you to move it for this when the Kingdom Key with Sora, both of them, Sora Kingdom Hearts 3 and I think it's Kingdom Hearts 1 and maybe even Kingdom Hearts 2 one. I can't remember if you came to that, but his charm does move, but you can't with this one. Similarly, you can't move the charm on the Oathkeeper Keyblade either. So this is the charm here. Everything's simplified, by the way. With the Nendoroids, things do get simplified. So this Kyrie's Wayfinder is supposed to be is going to be much more simplified than you might expect. Not a bad thing. I think it's fine. It still looks quite cute, to be honest. It's just a bit plain for the rest of the Keyblade. I guess they couldn't really bring out the effect or the brilliance of Oathkeeper by this kind of method, I suppose, using plain plastic. So it's just basically grey with a little bit of purple, white gradient painting on there, and then the yellow bit and the blue bit at the end right here. This bit looks pretty good, but the grey is a little bit lackluster in my opinion. It's not awful. They're not awful Keyblades. You kind of expect simplified stuff for Nendoroids, but I think they could have been a little teeny weeny bit better. But anyway, those are his Keyblades. Just to attach them to his hands, I'll show you that now actually. Just grab any hand that you want, the right or left hand, and then just plug that in between the index finger and the thumb, and then the rest should be pretty straightforward. And then just attach it to the arm, which we'll show you later on. And Roxas does come with an alternate expression, so he's got the very kind of stoic, almost borderline angry expression on his face there, which we'll go into more detail soon. And then it comes with a smiley face with the hood on. So the hood on is a different piece entirely, so you have to attach this by itself. So actually, usually you might recall with Nendoroid you get a spare neck joint. This one's pre-attached to the alternate head. So this one actually you got to pull out the hood here. I hope I can get this right here. It's a bit smooth, so my fingers are slipping here. So you just got to pull off the front of the hood or the back of the hood. That's what you got to plug into and replace on the actual figure. And then you've got the faceplate here. So if you just want to use this faceplate without the hood and just showing his hair, you can do that. But this is giving you a closer look at the alternate expression here, which is a more happy, smiley expression. His eyes are really good. I do like his eyes, but you know, they're quite similar, if not the same, as Sora's ones. Slight difference with the eyelashes, but otherwise the actual pupils are the same. So really beautiful blue eyes. His eyelashes are a little bit darker, so you will notice that if you wanted to use this on a Sora one, the eyebrows are different. Sora's eyebrows are darker, but the eyes, you might have to look very closely to notice the difference. Otherwise, really good facial expression there. And then yeah, you can just swap the other expression that's already on him back into this piece here, which already has the front hairpiece pre-attached, and then rock the hoodie if you want to. So it's cool that they gave the hoodie. I was not expecting them not to give the hoodie, to be honest. So yeah, it's good that it's there. That brings us to the main figure. Now, as I said, Roxas doesn't balance so great on the default feet on his own, so I would recommend using this stand in most cases, which is a bit weird because I do think he should be able to stand on his own better, but for whatever reason he doesn't. I think it's just the angle of his legs and the angles of his feet don't sit flat on any surface, so that kind of makes him wobble. Plus the big head is a bit weighted with Nendoroid, so he kind of topples over a little bit. You can get him to stand, as you saw here, but I just recommend using the base stand when it comes to it. So this is the Roxas figure. This looks just like Roxas, really and truly. You got the very, very wild blonde hair that Roxas rocks, so it's looking good here. Nice color shading on there throughout. Mine has a little bit of issue just on this little strand here. It had a bit of a paintbrush or hair stuck in it, so I've kind of scraped that off. There's a little bit here you can still kind of see, and then there's this scuff here which wasn't smoothed out properly when they painted it. A little bit disappointing. So in some of my later videos and photos, that's a bit more apparent because I didn't scrape it down at that point, but I can still see it. It's kind of annoying me, to be honest. That does happen with some figures, but usually with Nendoroids, mine turn out to be pretty clean. So this is slight miss there. Not a big deal. Not a big deal, and hopefully it won't be the case on your one. But otherwise, the hair is looking really solid. Roxas rocks that hair. And then the expression, as we said, is going to be a little bit of a stoic, a little bit upset or serious expression here. Otherwise, the eyes and eyebrows, all of that is all the same, all that good stuff there. Again, his eyes are very nicely done. Nendoroid eyes tend to be really clean and really beautiful looking and cute looking, in my opinion. Then we come down to the main body. So this is Roxas in his Organization 13 outfit, not his daily wear. So it's going to be plain black pretty much, with only the silver kind of zipper bit and then the little tassels being the only painted bit. In Kingdom Hearts 2, I think it was, well, pretty much anything before Kingdom Hearts 3, potentially, the soles on his boots would have been silver grey, but for Kingdom Hearts 3, they turned black. And I'm only saying that based on the CG artwork of Roxas from Kingdom Hearts 3. So I pretty much think, I can't remember what it was in game actually, but I think they actually did change them to a black afterwards anyway, because a lot of his merchandise is also changed as well. But otherwise, you can see he's pretty plain, to be honest. There's really not a lot to talk about with the outfit. And Nendoroid simplify things a lot anyway, as I mentioned. So this just simplifies a pretty much simple, already simple outfit for the most part. You do have his hood already on here as well, so he's not wearing the hood, he's down. You just need to take that off when it comes to swapping the heads, which I'll show you in just a moment. Articulation, it was where this figure falls apart for me, or is not very good to me. So he's got the usual kind of head articulation. Oh, by the way, the head articulation, you just saw this bit fall off. I'll get rid of that hair strand. When it comes to handling this figure and swapping parts, this zipper bit right here is very, very tiny. I'm not going to bring it close to the camera in case I drop it. This did come off for me when I did swap the face. It's not broken. You can super glue it back, and I do recommend super gluing it back, because I'm going to put it back right now, but it probably will fall out again as we handle and go through the remainder of this figure. So beware of this teeny weeny zipper bit here. It might come off and you might lose it. Definitely beware of that piece. So resuming with the articulation. So he's got the arms which move up and back like so, and you can kind of rotate it at the bicep there. And if you do rotate this and then the hands, you can kind of get his arm extended out a little bit, or you can swap it, as I mentioned earlier on, with the piece that allows his arm to extend out further, which we'll do in just a moment, that bit there. And then similarly with the right arm or left arm as well. As I mentioned, you've got a twist at the hands. So the range of motion with his arms are not great. He doesn't have a bicep kind of motion, a 90-degree angle motion, or bend, which is very, very unfortunate in my opinion. Sora had it, Riku had it, and Roxas not having it really limits this guy's dynamic kind of posing appeal and just possibilities. It really just stifles this overall product in my opinion, so that's disappointing to know. He's got a twist at the stomach, which I can show you. Hopefully the zipper doesn't fly off. You've got a twist at the stomach there, and that's at the point where you pull out the legs, and you can swap them with this piece here, and then his legs do move, kick up and down just a wee tiny bit, piddly bit. To be honest, there is no knee bend either, so just like no elbow bend, there is no knee bend. So again, it stifles what Roxas can do, which is super disappointing. His feet are on just pegs, so all he can do is basically just shift them left and right. He can't actually move them up and down. So once again, his articulation is stifled and really hampered, and I don't see why they went this way with this figure. It's jarring, and the decision for it is just weird. I don't know why they did that. With his coat, the end bits do articulate on little ball joints. There's his zipper. I'm going to move that to the back so I don't lose it. There's his little flick of the coat there, which is cool. I actually like the way they've done this. You can see the two little ball pegs going into the back of the figure. Hopefully you can see that. His big head is kind of casting a shadow. There's two ball pegs going into the back of his jacket or the figure, and that allows it to kind of split and then come narrow down as well. I actually like the way this is done, and I do wonder if, I haven't got the Bring Arts figure of this, but I do wonder if that has this or not, because maybe this is one new way for larger 6-inch figures, for example, to include the articulation for long flowing coats, because a lot of the times, we get the flowing thing, but it doesn't work because of the weight, and then the joints kind of get ruined. But maybe this is a different way to do it. I've not seen this a lot, but I like this way. I like this for this particular figure anyway. So yeah, that's his articulation. Really, there isn't a lot to him, sadly. I do think articulation is where this figure is super disappointing. And saying that, the other Nendoroids, for example, the Disney's Twisted Wonderland stuff and numerous other Nendoroids, they don't have the articulation that Sora and Riku have, the bicep cut and the knee bend. That's true, but they have so many more different elbow or limb parts that are bent in pre-made in 90 degrees. Like, this is pre-made, right? So it's very unfortunate and disappointing they didn't do that with this Roxas, because yeah, with this only, and then this, his articulation is severely limited. So let's swap some parts, and then we'll hopefully get a bit more out of this figure. So I'm going to start with the face first. Actually, let's start with the Keyblade, because I think that's probably good, and the arm. So I'm going to take off the whole shoulder bit here. I'm going to leave his zipper there. Hopefully we don't forget that zipper bit or lose it. So we're going to use the alternate one, add that into the arm. Again, you can use that on the left arm. It's going to do the same thing, but it just says R2 on it. So you can see his arm reaches outwards a little bit now. I'm going to take the default hand off, which was the fist, and then attach the Oblivion Keyblade, and then we can see how that looks. So that's pretty easy to do, to be fair. Most Nendoroids make it quite easy to do. And then here we have Roxas with the Oblivion Keyblade equipped, looking very cool. My light might be a little bit dark, so there's a lot of shadows potentially being cast. Hopefully it should be quite clear still. Then we'll actually give him dual wield. Why not? Let's just give him dual wield, because it seems a bit unfair to just only use Oblivion. So we'll add Oath Keeper as well. I love both Keyblades in the games. They are some of my favorite Keyblades, just design wise and everything. I absolutely love the way these Keyblades look. they are simplified for the Nendoroid purposes, so that's fine as well. But when it comes to the game, and then the what is it, the opera thing that they did, the opera conductor sticks, I think it was, they remade some of these, which I haven't got, by the way. I was tempted to get them, just never did. I'm having some trouble putting Oathkeeper in, so let me just try that. Sometimes it's easier just do it with the hand only, and then let's get that in there. I think we can do this. Oh, it's not happening. There we go. Then plug it back into the arm there, and then plug the arm back into the shoulder, and then you've got Roxas dual wielding without the hood on. It's looking pretty good already there. And then we can swap out the head, so you just got to take off the bangs. Watch it for his right side, because that's where a lot of his spikes occur, and you may just end up stabbing your fingers or scuffing them. I tend to grip it here and then pull like so. Pull out the faceplate. We're going to swap with the actual hood and the other face with the happy face like so. So just pull this out. Now I've already removed the zipper. If yours hasn't broken yet, just be mindful of that. It may break at that stage. If it has broken, again, be mindful of it and place the zipper somewhere so you won't lose it. Take off the head, take off the hoodie, and then replace it with this one here. So you just attach the back part first, like so, into the peg hole, and then we can add the faceplate in. So you're going to use a smiley face here at the end, and then add the front bit of his hood. There we go, done. I actually think that might have been off screen. Sorry about that, but there we go. There is Roxas with the hoodie, smiley face, 2 Keyblades. Then finally we can take off the bottom part, which is his leg. So you got to pull here again. Mind the zipper if you've got it on, and if it's not broken, either way, mind it. Then we need to just pull off the feet here, put this to the side, and then we just got to put this figure back on here. This is just on a peg, so it's really, really straightforward. Attach his feet back like so. Then again with another one, and now we've got him in a wide angle or wide leg pose there. Again, I'm going to leave the zipper because I don't want to lose it. He still struggles to balance a little bit even with these legs as well. The weight of his head doesn't help matters, but eventually you can get him to stand. Still, I would recommend using the included base stand. But that's how you swap Roxas apart. Quite straightforward. Again, really mind that zipper. So here's the thing. I think the figure looks good in terms of sculpt, and I think the paint's good as well. Pretty much only at his hair. Although I did have that minor issue with the bangs on my one. Hopefully that doesn't happen with your one. But then the lack of articulation was where I get pause on this figure. So it doesn't compete with Sora and Riku. Quite frankly, it does not stand on the same level as that Sora or Riku Nendoroids have done in the past. He doesn't have the articulation, nor does it have replaceable limbs in the position, like 90-degree bend on the elbow, to be cool, to be dynamic. He just doesn't have this. And it's weird. I don't know why they only gave one poxy little shoulder piece and the 2 legs, or the 1 legs split. Not good enough in my opinion. Especially when this figure is now probably going to cost people 9,000 yen. Is that worth it for a pretty plain figure? Cool, he comes with an Oathkeeper and Oblivion Keyblade. Those do look cool, though Oathkeeper is a little bit lackluster. I think Keyblades in general need a better finish for the Nendoroids. Good, but better would be even better. I don't know. I don't know. At this 9,000 yen price for a plain character, there are hardcore Roxas fans out there, so they're probably going to buy it regardless, right? I think Roxas is an average character even by Kingdom Hearts standards, but that's a different topic entirely. I still will check out further upcoming Kingdom Hearts Nendoroids. They look pretty cool as well. I don't know if all of them have the articulation or not, but hopefully they do. But we'll check them out when they come out. Let me know what you thought about this Nendoroid down in the comments below. Let me know if you're going to get it or not, or just, yeah, your overall thoughts. And hopefully I'll see you in the upcoming videos coming soon, later in the year and next year. Stay safe, take care, see you next time.